Today we have two of the most iconic sidekicks in all of comics going head to head. The Winter Soldier versus Nightwing. Who wins? Well, let's find out. Believed dead near the end of World War II, only to have been found and brainwashed by the Soviets for the next 50 years, Captain America's former sidekick now continues to defend his country from the shadows against those who would threaten it, as the legendary spy and assassin, the Winter Soldier. He became the new Captain America to honor his friend Steve, and he joined the Avengers, but when Steve returned as Captain America, Bucky took on the identity of Winter Soldier once again. Now, unlike in the movies, Winter Soldier in the comics doesn't have the super soldier serum, and is instead classified as peak human. But that's not to say that he's not incredibly impressive. He's strong enough to punch through a concrete wall, but he gets most of his strength from a cybernetic arm. He's used this arm to rip through a person, a robot, and even a car. Bucky's also durable enough to survive a fall from an airplane, withstand powerful electrical attacks and explosions, and his arm is also bulletproof. Winter Soldier is fast enough to consistently dodge automatic gunfire, has been able to throw Captain America's shield in order to block a sniper bullet, and is fast enough to use a knife to cut Hawkeye's arrow in mid-air. Buck is also an exceptional hand-to-hand fighter, thanks to years of training in the army, as a Russian secret agent, and his time as Captain America. He's been trained in a variety of different martial arts, and has fought against Daredevil, Wolverine, Black Widow, and Captain America. Winter Soldier is also an incredible shot, as even as a teenager, he was the best sniper in his division. His marksman abilities have only increased during his time as Winter Soldier. He's also insanely accurate and lethal with knives. Bucky's arm is capable of emitting electrical shocks, can generate an EMP attack, and he also has a handgun that shoots more powerful bullets than normal, and is capable of staggering Ares, the god of war. And then in the other corner of Nightwing. As the first Robin, Dick Grayson was the most famous psychic in fiction. When the boy became a man, he became the independent hero known as Nightwing. Dick is in peak physical condition with impressive strength, durability, and endurance, but his greatest physical asset is his speed and agility. He's strong enough to have thrown people through concrete walls, and is even able to make the super strong Blockbuster bleed. He's also durable enough to withstand attacks from superpowered beings. He's considered to be the greatest human acrobat in the DC universe, and he uses his acrobatic skill and his agility to make it very difficult to hit him in combat. He's said to be faster and more fluid in his movements than Batman, and he is so fast that not only is he able to dodge knives, punches, and bullets, but he can even deflect them back in mid-air. Having been trained by Batman, Dick is one of the greatest fighters on the planet, and is an expert in Aikido, boxing, Taekwondo, Hapkido, Ninjutsu, Judo, Jujutsu, Tai Chi, and loves using its Eskrima sticks in combat as well. He's also a genius, a brilliant tactician, a master of stealth, and an expert marksman. Nightwing's suit is lined with material more durable than Kevlar, but is made with the fighting style of move more, get hit less in mind, so it isn't necessarily impenetrable. He also carries on an assortment of weapons, like smoke pellets, sonic weapons, modified batarangs, a stun gun, and knockout capsules. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now this fight right here is between two of the most recognized and iconic sidekicks in all of comics, Dick Grayson and Bucky Barnes. But they sure have grown and changed a lot since their days of tagging alongside Batman and Captain America. In terms of physicality, I've got to give the edge to Winter Soldier. He's strong enough to easily crack concrete, and tosses around men with just one arm, but it's really Buck's cybernetic arm that gives him the additional strength advantage. With this arm, he's ripped through cars, punched through robots, easily broken metal chains, and even punched straight through people. Now, Dick is very strong as well. He's also been able to toss around men with just one arm, support massive boulders, and even hold open the jaws of an orca. Same with durability. Buck is just slightly superior. He's taken attacks from Eel, Doom, and Ursa Major, as well as only suffering minimal damage from being shot, getting hit by grenades, and taking direct blasts from curry weapons. But on top of all that, Buck's arm is completely knife-proof, bulletproof, and is even tough enough to take Molotov cocktails head-on. But once again, Nightwing is incredibly durable as well. He's taken an assault of dozens of punches from a speedster, a beating from Blockbuster, and survived massive explosions. Now, the one area that Nightwing is definitely superior in is his speed and agility. After all, he is the greatest human acrobat in the entire DC universe. I mean, he was headlining his own acrobatic act when he was a child, and as a teenager, he was able to do things that not even Batman could do. Dick has consistently been able to dodge automatic gunfire, even at extremely close range. He can easily move through his city and jump from building to building, and Wally West has even commented that he had forgotten just how fast Dick is. But we can't overlook Winter Soldier here in this area. He's been able to consistently dodge automatic gunfire as well, has no problem keeping up with Captain America, is fast enough to slice Hawkeye's arrow in half in mid-flight, and when he went up against Daredevil, he was able to keep close to Murdock, even though Daredevil is faster and more agile. Now, I know agility is kind of Dick's whole thing, but just because he's more agile than Winter Soldier doesn't mean that Bucky can't tag him. Yes, Dick has outmaneuvered Batman and Deathstroke, but he's also been tagged by Batman, Deathstroke, Ra's, Bane, Cassandra, Tim, Joker, and Talon. Now, you can't tell me that he won't be tagged by Winter Soldier as well. But yes, Dick is faster and more agile. He's also the better fighter. Batman trained him in all martial art forms, and he's also trained under Richard Dragon, who are two of the greatest fighters in the DCU. He's schooled Damian Wayne, beat Red Hood, fought against Deathstroke, and he's fought against Lady Shiva, where even though he lost, Shiva commented on his skill. But Winter Soldier has proven himself as a fighter as well. He's taken down Black Widow, Crossbones, Ursa Major, Sin, the Serpent Squad, and when he took on Daredevil, even though the fight didn't finish, Wolverine believed that Winter Soldier would win. Not only that Winter Soldier will win here as well. Now really, there are two main reasons for this: his gear and his morals. Now I know it might be strange to argue against a member of the Bat family when it comes to fighting gear and weapons, as they pack pretty much anything and everything they might need in a fight. And Nightwing is no exception. He's got wingdings, even wingdings that carry a 6,000 volt electrical charge, gas pellets, powerful explosives and incendiaries, stun grenades, and powerful EMPs. And then also his Screamer sticks, which Dick is exceptionally skilled with, and they also pack an electrical charge. However, I do believe that in this particular fight, Winter Soldier is packing the better gear. He is a deadly marksman, and is actually one of the best shots in the Marvel Universe. With his gun, he's able to take away all of Nightwing's ranged ability, meaning throwing wingdings and Screamer sticks, because Buck's been able to shoot several Hawkeye's arrows out of the air and shoot Daredevil's baton out of the air. And even though Dick will definitely be able to dodge most all of Winter Soldier's shots, Buck is a great enough shot to either tag Dick a couple times, or at the very least, keep him on his toes and moving throughout the entire fight, and make it very difficult for Dick to make this a hand-to-hand fight. I mean, look at this right here. Bucky shot all of these cars with tranquilizer darts, all in rapid succession, and was an accurate enough shot to hit the openings in their futuristic armor. Now, I know Dick's armor is essentially bulletproof, as he stated that it's made out of a material tougher than Kevlar, but Buck's gun is no ordinary gun. It can be used to fire explosive rounds. It also fires bullets powerful enough to shoot out Red Hulk's eyes and stagger Ares when he was shot at point-blank range. And then Winter Soldier's Domino Mask functions as a radar, thermal imaging, and allows him to map out the environment and targets, which completely takes away Nightwing's stealth ability. Now let's talk about hand-to-hand fighting, because Buck's arm is the biggest deciding factor here. It packs a really serious punch. It will do some serious damage to Nightwing. I mean, it's being able to punch right through people, rip through metal and floor, or knock out people with just one punch. But not only that, but the arm also works as a great diversion, as some incredibly skilled fighters have been so focused on not getting hit by the metal arm that they left themselves vulnerable to other forms of attack. The Nightwing's attempts to use an EMP to disable the arm won't be super effective, since the arm is durable to EMP attacks and can even unleash an EMP of its own. But if Dick is able to disable the arm, well, Bucky has purposely trained himself to fight without the arm, because he doesn't want his arm to hamper him if it was ever taken away from him. Then there's Winter Soldier's morals, as he's much more likely to try and put a bullet in him and end the fight quickly. And he's definitely got the means to do it. I mean, one shot from that advanced handgun, or one good punch from that cybernetic arm, and Nightwing is down for the count. Now, Nightwing claims his share of victories, but Buck has got the gear and skill at his disposal to claim the day, and I believe Winter Soldier will be the last man standing. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts, so sign off in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe button. More videos just like this one every single day, and I'll see y'all next time.